What's up, guys? It's me, and I'm back here with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my weekly review. Today is June 23rd, 2019. The Stomping Grounds pay-per-view is tonight. The pre-show actually starts in a little bit. Or by the time this video is posted, it's right now. But as you guys seen last week, I did the weekly review. Try to say that 5 times fast. The weekly review, and it's basically my favorite moments of both Raw and Smackdown. And at the end of each review, I'm going to be giving them a rating, and the ratings are going to be extremely boring, meh, which is like in the middle, good, and a great or amazing show. On Raw, they were in Los Angeles, California. So, first we had a fatal 5-way elimination match between Bobby Lashley, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and The Miz. The winner of this match was going to face Samoa Joe at Stomping Grounds. As you guys probably already seen, first it was Cesaro eliminated, then it was Lashley, then it was Braun, so it was Miz and Ricochet as the final two, and then Ricochet did end up getting the win, and he is getting his first, no, not his first championship match, but his first singles championship match here on Stomping Grounds. And as you guys probably already seen to my predictions, I just don't think Ricochet is gonna win. But this was an incredible match, and I would like to see like more fatal 5-way matches going into the future. Next up we had Becky and Lacey doing a promo against each other, and no one really knew how to react to this match, because Lacey brought up that she was a former U.S. Marine, and what is everybody gonna do? Boo the U.S. Marine? And everybody loves Becky, and so it was kind of like we don't know who to boo for, we don't know who to cheer for. So this was kind of a confusing promo, but it was a good promo at that. Next up, let me read this. Next up, we had Paul Heyman, and he warned Seth Rollins about Stomping Grounds, and he said Brock Lesnar could still cash in the Money in the Bank contract, so we really don't know what is going to happen. Paul Heyman could be the special guest referee and kind of tell Brock when to come into the ring and cash in. Brock Lesnar could even be the special guest referee. We do not know what is going to happen, so this was kind of a interesting promo by Paul Heyman. Next up, we saw the return of AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson as they were in a backstage segment. And AJ Styles was kind of saying that though Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have not been the same wrestlers as they were in New Japan. So they had a match between against the Usos. So it was the Usos, Gallows, and Anderson. And Gallows and Anderson ended up losing that match, like they always do. They always lose their matches. But this is kind of a good way to see Gallows and Anderson back into action, even though they are on SmackDown. But I guess it's the wild card rule. But we seen the Usos win the match. Then we seen Roman Reigns crash Shane McMahon's celebration. Well, it's kind of a private party. But earlier on in the night, we saw Heath Slater finally back on WWE TV just to get beaten up and get his money stolen by the Revival and Drew McIntyre. But then Roman Reigns beat up Shane McMahon and kind of chased them down by ringside and jumped over the barricade. That was a pretty epic moment. But as we've seen, I as we've seen that happen, I really cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Shane and Roman into the future. Now that they are going at each other again, even though Drew and Roman are kind of in a rivalry again. But I cannot wait to see what they're doing with Shane and Roman into the future. Next up, we saw the Iconics against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the Iconics' first ever legitimate opponents for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And we saw Bayley kind of in a confusing spot because Bayley was kind of acting like the bully, the nice bully in this situation, because she was distracting Alexa Bliss during this match, and she kind of got face to face with Alexa Bliss, but as we've seen, Alexa Bliss pushed her down, and the Iconics ended up picking the win over Nikki Cross. So I don't really know what, like, they got to defend their titles, but it was kind of like not a kind of like legitimate title defense, and they got to celebrate by running up the entrance stage, which was kind of confusing because it's like, you just defended your titles for the first time ever, you're not going to celebrate about it. Because usually when the Iconics win, they usually celebrate, but I guess we didn't see that with them when they won. And we got to see Seth Rollins against Daniel Bryan. I think they said this is for the first time ever. And it was a pretty good match, as we've seen it ended in disqualification. But then they did the what do you call it? Not a repeat match, but they kind of like made it like restarted the match. That's the word. Restarted the match, and we got to see Seth Rollins pick up the win over Daniel Bryan. This was a pretty good Monday Night Raw. I give it a good rating. It was a kind of good Monday Night Raw, and I guess they wanted to make it like a big Monday Night Raw since it was the last Monday Night Raw before Stomping Grounds, and since it was in Los Angeles, California, when all eyes, well, big eyes, are on WWE. Now we move on to SmackDown Live. It was in Ontario, California, or Canada. I think there was an Ontario in California, so I think it was in California. But as we saw a moment of bliss with Bayley. This is by far one of the most, in my opinion, the best moment of bliss ever, because it showed like a real intense promo between Alexa Bliss and Bayley, saying Alexa Bliss saying that Bayley peaked in NXT. So that was kind of a, oh, did she really just say that moment of bliss. No, not that. But it was kind of a good promo, and when they brawled to Nikki Cross, was kind of a surprise look on her face, like, what do I do? So I wonder if Nikki Cross is going to be a big, gonna cause an interference and have a big part in their match tonight on Stomping Grounds. Next up, we saw Dolph Ziggler, It Should Have Been Me, against Xavier Woods in a one-on-one match. Dolph Ziggler got to show Xavier Woods what he is going to do to Kofi maybe at Stomping Grounds in their steel cage match. But this match was a good match because we know Dolph Ziggler and Xavier Woods always have great matches. Not together, but they always have great, well, together, but they always have great matches like with other people. And they can put on a show. This was a good match, and as we've seen, Dolph Ziggler did pick up the win with the super kick with Xavier Woods tied up to the ropes. So, does that mean Dolph Ziggler is going to lose at Stomping Grounds? Because usually what WWE does is they make the challenger win, or they make the champion win, and then you know that the other person that lost is going to win at the pay-per-view. But, well, we'll get to this later on. but also the champion won, so it's kind of, we do not know. So let's get. Oh, we had a backstage segment between Zelina Vega and Apollo Crews. And Zelina Vega, I guess, thought Apollo Crews was flirting with her. But then Andrade came from behind and attacked Apollo Crews. So I want to see that them have a rivalry, because we all know Andrade can put on a great match. And we all know Apollo Crews can put on a great match if he just got some time to have a match on TV. But I cannot wait to see them feud in the future. Next up, we have Heavy Machinery against the B Team. B Team, go, go, go! B Team, this was kind of a squash match, but it was with actual competitors, like actual tag team competitors, not local competitors like they faced with the YOLO Brothers. But this was kind of a Heavy Machinery showing Daniel Bryan and Rowan what they can do and why they are legitimate challengers for their championships here tonight at Stomping Grounds. So I cannot wait to see what is going to happen and who is Daniel Bryan and Rowan gonna retain? Is Heavy Machinery gonna win? I do not know. This kind of a flip-flop match, so I wonder what is going to happen at Stomping Grounds tonight. And next up, we had Miz and R-Truth, the Miz and Truth reunion, Awesome Truth, as they used to be called in like the 2011-2010 days, and they went up against Drew McIntyre and Elias in an tag team elimination match. As we've seen, Elias eliminated R-Truth, but does that mean Elias was 24/7 champion? That was kind of confusing. I don't know why Elias wasn't given the title, since he eliminated R-Truth, and we got to see all the rest of the superstars come out and Shelton Benjamin take the title, running with it, but the ref had to tell him, you didn't win the title, you still have to pin R-Truth to win it. So that was kind of a funny moment, but then as we've seen, The Miz got eliminated by Drew McIntyre. So we got to see the dominant tag team of, they're not really a tag team, like a legitimate tag team, but since they are with Shane McMahon, they have kind of the dominant role and the big push role that Shane McMahon has. So we got to see Elias finally win and Drew McIntyre win again, and I do not really know why they are having Miz as a jobber, losing every single week to either somebody on Raw or maybe Drew McIntyre and Elias or Shane McMahon. I just don't know why they are making Miz into a jobber. What else? Oh yeah, we saw the Kabuki Warriors with Paige finally on TV in a backstage segment, but that's fine with me. Because they are getting a match against the Iconic over the Japan tour, and if the Kabuki Warriors win, they get championship opportunities against the Iconics. For the tag team championships. I do not know when that match is going to happen. Well, if they win, the championship match is going to happen. Maybe they'll do it at Extreme Rules. But I cannot wait to see the Iconics against the Kabuki Warriors. Now we get to our main event. We have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston in a 2 out of 3 falls match. As we've seen, Kofi picked up the first fall with Sami Zayn in like 10 seconds of the match. And then we've seen Seth Rollins pick up the final fall in the match. So this is what I was talking about. Kofi and Dolph are going up against each other, and Kofi won the match, and Dolph won his match. So I wonder who is going to win the match tonight in the steel cage. I really hope Dolph wins. But this was kind of a good SmackDown Live. I'm giving it a good rating because it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't made an amazing or a meh rating. So this was kind of a good SmackDown Live in my book, since they are in California. But that's my weekly review for you guys. Tune in tomorrow or Tuesday for my Stomping Grounds review. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys stayed for the whole video, I will see you guys after Stomping Grounds and the the review video I said. And I might be making a couple more news and rumor videos this week, and I might be making some top 10 superstars of the week videos. So like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Bye, champs.